Okay, so we're at the gravel pit. I've just been unplugging nozzles on the cook flat pivot. I am soaked all the way through. But we are working on a ramp down into our gravel pit. And so Luke and Cornelius and I have been running the high hole and the payloader and the big bulldozer with the 9400. And we're making this ramp down into here so that we can get our gravel out of that pile right over there where that payloader is. So that's our crushed gravel there. And then all this reject sand is available, but also we will be bringing in a screener and some other equipment and making more products in the gravel pit. But we need a nice gentle road to get out of the pit and then up the hill. So it's turning out really nice. And we have our first customers are showing up tomorrow to pick up some crushed gravel. So deadlines, but things are coming along good. They're coming on well. They're doing great. Way to go, Cornelius. And they're hauling, they call it wrap, but it's grindings from asphalt streets and highways. And they bring it, they're hauling about 40,000 tons of it down into the pit here. And then they will mix that off into the new asphalt, and that saves a bunch of oil, and it's a great recycling thing instead of just leaving it somewhere. So they blend it back in, heat it all up, add some extra of the oils and all the chemistry, and then they use it all up. So they're getting that all into place. Hopefully within a couple of months here, they actually start putting asphalt on the highway, but I'm not holding my breath. It could take a while. So it's Farmer Dave. It's 12:46 in the morning of July 13th. It's we just had a bit of a thunderstorm go over. Probably only received about 1/10 of an inch of rain, maybe 2/10, but in the lightning, the power flickered, and so then a whole bunch of the irrigation shuts off whenever the power flickers. So I'm just finished starting about 7 pivots. It's especially, whoa, there's a frog jumping across the road. But when you have a water, sorry about the noise, I've got things bouncing around here. When you've ordered water on the irrigation canal, you can't just shut off when you want to. The water's in the canal. And so when these things happen, you try to get started again right away, or else that water is all gonna end up back in the river. Whoa! So we start them up in the middle of the night or otherwise, but we're sure glad we have irrigation to start up. But it is a little bit of a challenge when it happens in the middle of the night. But I do see some puddles. I'm going to be driving by the buckwheat field, which is our only dry land field, and it could certainly use a drink, so this little drink will be appreciated. Anyway, good night. Talk to you later. So, a beautiful rattlesnake. Beautiful. The sun, whoa, you got him excited there. I raised my hands and got him excited. It's a beautiful Sunset, the sun just went down. Still a little bit of pink in the sky. Very nice. But then the snake comes out on the road because the road's still warm. And he's like, hey, I want a little more heat in my body. But this is not a safe place to be, bud. This is not a safe place to be. But that is a really good size rattlesnake. Anyway, the rattlesnakes don't usually get so big, but that one's a beauty. He is a beauty. Hi, bud. Oh, yeah, you're getting ready to strike, aren't you? Yeah, you're getting ready to strike. Strike position. But he's got a nice big rattle on him. Yeah, it's a beautiful snake. Just a beautiful snake. Oh, I love you. But I want you to get off the road, okay? Let's just get you off the road so you don't get squished. I almost hit him. And when it gets this time of night and you're driving along the road and things are just not as clear, so I had to swerve around him. Yeah, I had to swerve around you, buddy. I don't know which way you want to go. I think you want to go back out to the prairie, not into this irrigated field over here. Yeah, let's go back that way. Let's go back this way. That's what you want to do. Off the road, little buddy. Love our snakes. We don't want them squished. Off into the grass, bud. Off into the grass. I wish I knew how to pick up rattlesnakes, but I'm not quite that crazy yet. Yeah. You're beautiful. No, I want you to stay off the road because there's tractors still coming here tonight. Yeah, is it colder over there? I'm sorry. Okay, today has been brutal. Brutal day. The new screen that we bought in the river kept plugging up with moss. It just couldn't handle the moss in the river. So we started this morning gathering. Doug helped me fix this screen up, our old screen, cleaned the nozzles and adjusted some stuff and tried to get it ready to go again. Literally, we spent all day. So then we came down here and pulled all this pump out. This whole thing, we had to unhook all the cables and all the water lines, pull it up onto the flat ground, and then tear the new screen off, put the old one on. It's been 35 degrees Celsius. The gnats are just eating me alive. But the beans, the Mayakoba beans, we've been pushing the water, trying to push the water on them, but the screen has been plugging and shutting down every 2 hours. And so it shuts down 2 hours after I clean it at night, and then I come in the morning and it's all shut down again. So the beans, they're not in trouble, but they were starting to get like, okay, now we're in trouble if we don't fix it. So we just started this one up again. That's our old river screen. Doug and I are beat. It's now, I don't know, what time is it? 7:30. So we've been doing this for almost 12 hours. Anyway, it's a good feeling to have that spin, our old faithful screen. I don't know why I gave up on her. She is a little bit quirky, and she has some gaps that let a few chunks in that plug my nozzles. And the new one looked like it was just going to be so much better, but it wasn't. It just couldn't do it. Not enough surface area on the screen, and none of the nozzles are on the inside spraying out on the new one. Whereas this old one, there's nozzles to spin it, and then there's nozzles blowing the moss off into the river. So, holding our breath, but she's never failed us before. She just gives us troubles, but we've been able to. So now we're back to the old way of doing things. I need some sleep, but I still got a whole bunch of stuff to do today. Crazy. And like the gnats, I don't know what they are. gNats. They're spelled, but I don't know if they're gnats. I don't know what kind of small flying insects these are, but they're like eating my face off. And they've been swarming me. Like I had to dunk my head in the river to get them to go away. And they just keep coming back. It's like I have their perfect, they just want my blood. That's all. So we got the pivot going. Doug's running the water truck. Oh, it was a long day. Thanks so much, Doug. But this crop, so this is the crop we're trying to save here. And it is absolutely gorgeous. Mayakoba beans, also called yellow beans, or oh man, the gnats are getting me again like crazy. But it's flowering and we're starting to get the first little pods. Oh, they're eating my face off. Man, oh man, I've never had, like, it's crazy. Oh, the gnats, they're eating me. But this crop is beautiful, and it was worth the effort to go all day and try to get the water on there. And there that pivot's going. Save the beans. Fantastic. And it's such a beautiful area down here. So nice. Yeah, we're just super grateful. Not really loving the gnats very much. So what is going on with these gnats? Like, why are they swarming me? Like, is it because I stink? It's just like, wow. It's like I'm a gnat magnet and I am a wreck. I've been working. Anyway, I did work with some concrete a little bit today, so got some dust. Oh man, now the phone. Anyway, life is fantastic. Beautiful. Farming's a little bit crazy sometimes. Not always. I'm heading back, but it's days like today. I don't know. I mean, there's several professions that get this dirty, but not all. And when you shower and you're this dirty, the water just kind of runs brown for a little while as the dirt all flows off of you. And it feels absolutely fantastic to have a shower after a day like today. I need a shower, I need a shave, I need a haircut. Oh, I'm a wreck. A wreck. But I've still got to move a crane tonight. We've got a long beam, that it's a lifting beam that we will use to lift big concrete elements out of the forms, so like 100-foot double T's, and the lifting beam weighs 40,000 pounds. And so in the morning a truck is coming, and the beam is 90 feet long, and it has some kind of a trombone trailer that's fully extended. He said it'll be here at 8 o'clock in the morning. And so we've got to unload that. And so I've got to move my rough terrain crane back to the yard. I've only got to drive it a mile. And just so we're ready in the morning for this big job. I'm trying to think, what do you lift? I mean, we have the big 1/2-inch chain. And I guess that's the only thing we have. So we'll have 2 big 1/2-inch chains, one on each end, and we'll joink this thing off the truck, or we'll hopefully at least be able to get it airborne long enough for him to drive out from under it. Anyway, hopefully we can figure it out. Well, that's the beeper going off. I'm just tying a bale. So we're running newer style New Holland balers. The one's red and the one's yellow. I mean, they're the same basic baler, and they're both New Holland. The new one that's a yellow baler has a few extra features. We bought it after we had a baler fire year or two. Well, anyway, it was last year we had the baler fire with Peter and Thomas. Anyhow, the new one actually has a moisture sensor, which is nice. Oh, that means that the bale is tied and I can kick it out. So I dumped the bale up, and then you can see we're baling lots of bales. It's a grass alfalfa mix. We were hoping to get a lot more baling done today, but we were fighting that river screen all day. But we only probably have 4 more hours on this field, but it's gonna get tough before that. It's still hot. It's like 27 degrees Celsius, but it's just humid. This year, we're normally, when it's this hot, we have 0 humidity. But as soon as the sun gets close to the horizon, well, there we go, another bale. The bales are just popping out of there. I really like this new style baler. The pickup, which is what we call the front part that's picking up the hay, has a roller on the top of it, and that roller really feeds those windrows in nicely. And we've raked 2 windrows together, and we're baling a huge windrow, and it just sucks it up, no problem. There we go. So here we go. I dump up the baler. It opens way up, and then the bale pops out. Close it down. Everything resets. And then you can see we're taking a lot of hay in there, and we're moving fast too. It's like they have just crazy capacity, these balers. What am I doing? Trying to video at the same time, I'm gonna have a wreck. Anyway, it's awesome. A big old windrow there, lots of bales, and it's just going fantastic. Okay, one of my favorite animals on the ranch is a badger. They're so strong and amazing. And here's a badger. I don't know how fast they are, but they're mean. Hey, buddy. Hey. You're okay. I don't think I've ever been this close to a badger. Hey, it's okay. Oh, yeah, you're puffed up. Oh, they are just phenomenal. Okay, just a sec. No, you and I got to visit. They're short and flat. They're just amazing. It's so fantastic. They're never out in the day. You're okay. You're okay. A badger. This one looks a little young, but they're so pretty. Their face is just gorgeous. Hold on, bud. No, just talk to me. Love you. You're fantastic. Thanks for being on the ranch. You're just going right under those windrows. I've never seen an animal do that. That's fantastic. Sometimes under the windrow, sometimes over the windrow. Beautiful.